This sound was the chorus to most of my childhood. There's something about the PS2 era of gaming that just hit different, and while it's mostly me looking back wistfully at a time where I didn't have bills to pay, I also think that we have a lot we could learn from this older generation of games made by smaller teams with seemingly more creative freedom. I deeply miss the feelings I got from gaming at this time in my life, and I'd like to use this new, currently unnamed series to talk about some certified spooky deer childhood classics. What made them cool, in my opinion, and just to share some formative memories of what still leaves me thinking about these games years and decades. Decades? Decades? And to share the formative memories of what keeps me thinking about these games even today. Today, we're gonna talk about, and a curtain will open behind me, Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. Released in 2005 as a partner project between LucasArts, now Lucasfilm Games, and the late, great, smothered by an Electronic Arts pillow, Pandemic Studios. Mercenaries Playground of Destruction is an open-world game, which was actually still pretty novel for the time, with groundbreaking gameplay and, honestly, a pretty mid-story. You take on the role of one of 3 soldiers for hire being flown into a reignited Korean War. The setting of this game was controversial at the time, and yeah, I get it. Making your game take place in a Korean War 2.0 and then calling it a playground is insensitive in a way that my 12-year-old brain lacked the geopolitical nuance to process, despite my love of MASH. But we're gonna yada past that for this video because, to their credit, this game was a playground. It was a really freaking fun one. Actually, oh god, North Koreans? Oh god. No. Oh god. Actually, no, you know what? Screw these guys. Mercenaries sees you working with various factions in the combat zone. The UN, South Korea, China, which is ironic to any of my history buffs out there. All of this to gain weapons, intel, and most importantly, cold hard dollary dues as you one-person army your way through hundreds of North Korean troops. The main gameplay loop you pursue throughout Mercenaries borrows liberally, and also maybe kind of problematically, from the real-world Gulf War, where you're chasing 52 high-value targets, all assigned to a deck of cards with corresponding card suits, ranks, and monetary bounty values. You're then turned loose in the countryside to find and capture or kill these individuals as you see fit, with very little story guidance other than some sparse pre-mission dialogue from the various faction heads.
Oh, and one last thing. Don't you ever interrupt me again.
Now, to me, the story is 100% absolute background set dressing, but it sort of works because the motivation of your chosen protagonist is as thin as the dollars they want to be paid in.
Always ready. Always ready.
Always
You know they
ready.
say the DMZ is the most dangerous place on Earth.
Just wait till I get there.
Easy, boy. Just don't forget about our payday, okay?
His glasses are ridiculous.
Impossible.
$100 million. And they are unfeeling weapons of destruction who are happy, more than happy, to drop a bunker buster bomb in the middle of a city street as long as they get the $5 grand for breaking the statue nearby in the process. We're gonna call it in on this here gasoline factory. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Nope, listen, you gotta stay. It's gonna be neat. It's like a fart bomb that then just... And that's where some of the most impressive parts of this game come into play. This game came out in 2005, but it will let you tear down an entire city as long as you have the munitions and the money to do so. Everything is destructible, and it is so much fun to do it. You know what? I think I'm beginning to think that maybe this bridge can't be destroyed. Everything is destructible. Dropping WMD on it, if that doesn't do the trick, nothing will. Good point. Let's try it. And it's in the destruction where I think Mercenaries gets something right that more modern games, I'm looking especially at something like the Just Cause series, miss. Just Cause and Mercenaries both provide spectacle in huge doses and through moment-to-moment gameplay and massive set pieces, but Mercenaries has a key loop that I felt Just Cause was missing. Tangible progression. I like when I'm playing a game to feel like I'm steadily getting better the more I work at something. It's one of those escapist pieces that I just really haven't managed to achieve in real life yet. Mercenaries, like real life, provides that progression through money. Almost every action you take in Mercenaries can earn you more money, and having more money lets you do cooler shit in the game. Oh yes, and now we get paid. That was Jinho Yang, the Two of Clubs. We captured him alive and made $25,000. Now, I would also like more money to do cooler shit in real life, too. So if you're enjoying this video, please like it or subscribe to the channel because I would really like YouTube to help pad my bank account so that nobody else has to. Thanks. Do you want a tank or a helicopter but would prefer to not run the risk of infiltrating a friendly or an enemy base to steal one? Well, you'd better pinch your pennies and capture your bounties alive so you can buy one and have it delivered to you with free, same-minute shipping via helicopter. The best part about the progression system in Mercenaries is how it naturally scales with the challenges that you have to face later in the game. You start first with smaller jobs and bounties with lower payouts, but those build up, allowing you to access stronger gear and insane pseudo-nuclear airstrikes so you can tackle more threats and obstacles to earn larger payouts. And this is what I found myself missing in something like Just Cause 3. Now, everything is fun and bombastic, but I just grew bored quickly of squirrel suiting around and blowing up a tropical island because I wasn't having my little rat brain engaged with the correct recipe of dopamine drip feed that I crave. Beyond the gameplay loop, Mercenaries and this era of gaming in general also included something that I so sorely miss in modern gaming: cheat codes. I'm well aware that there's a bullshit reason why cheat codes are all but non-existent in modern gaming. If I can enter right, down, left, up, left, down, right in the main menu and get $1 million, there'd be no reason for me to purchase a time saver bundle of random resources and 22,000 Sigma coins from the in-game microtransaction store. Why would I ever just input left, left, right, right, up, down, up, to turn into Han Solo when I could instead spend $44.99 on 7 premium loot boxes for the 17% chance of getting that specific skin unlocked before the Battle Pass season ends arbitrarily, taking the cosmetic with it? Yes, I know, I'm being old and cynical, but goddamn, do I miss slapping a disc into the PS2's disk drive, winding up my dial-up internet, and going to cheatcc.com to print off those very same codes, and more, so I could mess around with a save file and just play the game how I wanted to. Because yeah, there's like airstrikes and supplies and vehicles, and I want it all. I just want it all. Here we go. Because then you just buy it. Bunker Buster. $318,000. That might be close. This might kill me. This might just kill me. It didn't. But man, that exact graphical explosion, if you can even call it that, blew my mind in 2005. I was like, nothing cooler will ever happen in a video game. Okay, I got a little sidetracked there, but it's just wild to me how well Mercenaries holds up. Yes, the game is crunchy and the graphics are muddy and the controls are definitely from an era of we don't have standardized layouts yet, but it still just hits so good. I know that EA ran Pandemic into the ground and out of business, but honestly, I'm shocked that this series hasn't seen a remake, a remaster, or a rebooted sequel. I feel like so many games have taken on certain aspects of Mercenaries, whether it's the destruction or the tracking down key targets in a dynamic open world, but nothing has blended all of these elements together in a way that hit like Mercenaries did. You can see the different strands of DNA in games like Just Cause and the open world Ghost Recons, but for me there's always just a few key pieces missing. I just really hope that someday I get to play a game that matches this vision that I have in my mind. When I fired up my childhood PS2 for a recent Twitch stream and threw this game in the tray, I just had so much fun. Now, I get it, like nostalgia is a hell of a drug, but more importantly, I had fun sharing something with my community that young Spooky got so many hours of entertainment out of. I just have so many vivid memories of this game, and I think one of the greatest things about media in general is sharing why something is important to you with the people that you care about. Now, if any of you have any memories from playing Mercenaries, I'd love to hear your stories in the comments. I'd also just love to hear about the games that you guys were playing when you were younger. Now, I plan for this series to regularly occupy my time here on YouTube and over on my Twitch channel, so it'd be really dope if you came along for the ride. But for now, I'm done yapping. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's kind of crazy, but I've been intermittently, at least, making content for 5 years now. I reflected on that recently, and it'd be really cool if you considered indulging me in watching that video next. As always, be kind and do good, gamers. I'll see you all very soon.